As seen in Ovid's Metamorphoses, Pygmalion is a man whose only skill and art is sculpting. Therefore, there he finds solace and shelter from everything that surrounds him. Due to his misogynistic self, which is his hatred for women, he isolates himself from every social gathering, and the only one that he attends to is Venus' feast, where he is ironically granted the wish to make his sculpture a real-life human. The relationship between Galatea and Pygmalion, which Galatea is known in Ovid's 10th volume as the Ivory Maid, is more of a creator-creation type of relationship. However, in my opinion, Galatea is the alter ego of Pygmalion, what he seeks and wants to be, but he can't be. And either way, that's what he is looking for in a woman. As said before, Pygmalion acknowledges the fact that Galatea is his own creation and masterpiece, but at a point in the story, he starts to mess up what is reality and what is fantasy, and then he mixes up both of them and they become one, as in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Even though it was already foggy for him to distinguish what was true and what was not, in one point of the story there's a hint where he knows that what he's touching and kissing is a hard rock surface. Well, so this in a way may have been Galatea's awakening, but in my opinion also the more obvious Galatea's awakening was when Venus transformed her into a real-life woman. And, well, we don't really know the reason why she did that, but in my opinion it was because what Pygmalion enhanced the most was beauty and love. And what is Venus' specialty? Beauty and love. Therefore, she saw some similarities between Venus and, well, between herself and Galatea. And here we can see a painting of Botticelli and a painting of Raphael. Can we see those similarities? Can we spot them? Well, that's maybe why she conceded that wish. According to Joe Henrich, an evolutionary biologist from the British Columbia University, he stated that inventions are the rearrangement of past events that are now improved upon. Therefore, in my opinion, Galatea is an improved version of Pygmalion himself, and because she is perfect and flawless, and therefore she is also an improved version of what he used to hate, women. This also has to do with the fact that he became obsessed with them later on, and also with himself. He was really self-conceited and thought that there was no woman for him, because there was no one better than him. And this led us to think that he was perfect in his own eyes. Depending on the definition of ethical, yes, love can be ethical. If we refer to a set of values which make us believe and lead us to believe to what's wrong or what is right, then Pygmalion's love for Galatea was not actually love, because he was not loving. He was obsessed with her, and she was objectified because that's what she was. She was an object after all. And there was no inner beauty in her, because she was an object and was hollow. And well, in my opinion, you cannot love without ethics. Because how could you love without ethics if you are not embracing the flaws and the virtues of the other person, of your significant other or your family member? Then, therefore, you're not loving. Per the Hillsborough Community College, an archetype is a universal pattern that is repeated in different sources of media and sources of communication, therefore in film, myths, religion, fantasies, amongst others. These normally try to convey a message by giving a character a set of characteristics and values. These then become a small lesson or a fable. Some of the most well-known archetypes in media are in characters the hero, the damsel in distress, the mentor, the initiate, the friendly beast, etc. And for themes and topics, there are the journey, death and rebirth, light and darkness, amongst others. Finally, it's important to notice how in media, all this has an impact on us, how we think, and how, since ancient times, they set on values to the society. For example, and for instance, this myth, and how this then shapes our beliefs and what we believe is wrong and what is right, our ethics. But what if what is right is wrong and what is wrong is right?